It is Thursday, October 13th of 2022. And more about Long Island today on Guy's Daily Drive. Bam! And good morning and welcome to Guy's Daily Drive. I will be paying even more attention to the driving part today. Not that I don't otherwise. But it's raining and visibility is kind of crap. And people are just being really, really stupid. But that's okay. So yesterday, when I was talking about our Long Island weekend, long weekend, I spoke about the trip up. I don't remember how much I said about the place we stayed at. It was very, very nice. It's, I think it was the Ocean Bay is what it was called, bed and breakfast, and not cheap. Certainly not cheap, but very comfortable. The food was good, and the surrounding area was really nice. And we just had a lovely time there. So, but we finally got there. We had dinner that evening. It was quite good. And when we got up the next day, we decided we were going to spend that day just kind of exploring around the area that we were staying, more or less. Sorry. And so we drove across. It's the Robert something bridge, and it goes over to. It doesn't go to Fire Island, but it goes to where Fire Island is. And it's pretty close to the Fire Island Lighthouse there on Long Island. Now, this island, I guess you can call it, has very few roads as you go east. And there's actually a couple of like towns, villages, whatever you want to call it, that are right there, and you have to have special permission to have a car that will drive in that area, which we did not have with our medium to large size GMC SUV. So what you have to do, they have parking lots, but they don't call them parking lots. They call them, oh, I can't even remember now, something that is weird. And they're kind of sectioned off along the beach, and the parking lots themselves are actually quite large. I guess to accommodate as many people as they possibly can who want to go to the beach right there. So you park there, and then you get on this boardwalk that kind of goes through some wetlands, above the wetlands, to get to where the lighthouse is. And it's a pretty good distance. Sorry, excuse me. I woke up really early this morning. And so we checked out the lighthouse. We didn't go up it. Whoa! There was a group of kids, under the age of 10, that were there, and exploring, and they were all up on top of the lighthouse and doing stuff that kids under the age of 10 do. And we decided that we weren't going to climb all the way up to the top of the lighthouse with the kids either at the top, still going up to the top, or on their way down. It just didn't seem like it was going to be a fun way to spend our time. So we We looked at the exhibits there in the lighthouse and in the surrounding areas. And we talked about taking a ferry from the area that we were staying in over to the actual little town of Fire Island and Kismet. They have a town there called Kismet, and a few of the other little hamlets that are there. We ended up not doing it because we just had so much else that we were doing. And when we got done there, we hit a couple of parks that were in the area. And we ended up walking, I guess it was like between 6 to 10 miles, which is more than either one of us is really used to, at least that kind of concentrated walking. You know, not the walking that you do over the course of a long day, but the kind of walking you do when you get someplace, and then in order to get to some of the stuff that you want to see, you got to walk. So that's what we did. We did lots of walking. And by the time we got done with the parks and Fire Island and everything else, we were pretty beat. Went back to our bed and breakfast, and pretty much, you know, didn't go anywhere that evening. Just kind of spent the evening there, relaxing. Watched the NFL game, or sorry, not the NFL game. There was some college game we were watching, and I fell asleep actually pretty early. Now, on Saturday when we got up, I was kind of anxious because we hadn't heard from StubHub yet about our tickets to see Jim Gaffigan that evening. And our plan for the day was to drive up to the north part of Long Island, close to Huntington, where the Paramount Theater is, and do some stuff up there. And on our way up to that area, we got a call from StubHub, and they verified that the tickets, even though they were advertised at 7 o'clock, were for the 9:30 show. And they offered to, you know, try to do some kind of swap thing. It was like, no, you know, because I was driving at the time and not really in any kind of condition to you know, concentrate on a long, complicated phone call without really knowing whether or not we were going to have any success anyway. So I was like, fine, we'll just leave the tickets where they are. But we did go to. We started the day and we went to former President Teddy Roosevelt's house, and toured that, that was fun. We both learned a lot about Theodore Roosevelt that we didn't know, which I won't go into here. Very fascinating man. So then we also went over to the Vanderbilt house, which was relatively close. And there's another house that's right there on the same grounds, because Vanderbilt bought this like huge section of acres, like 350 acres, built his manor, which was almost castle-ish. It's supposed to be over 100,000 square feet. And then when one of his sons got older, gave them part of the land, and there was another mansion built over there that's used for a lot of occasions. As a matter of fact, we couldn't tour that mansion because they were in the process of setting up for some kind of party or wedding or who knows. So, but it was still, I mean, still a lot of fun. And there's actually 2 other mansions in the area on the same grounds as the Vanderbilt one, but they're in private hands and you can't really get to them easily. But we spent a lot of time walking, as we had done the day before. And we also went over to the planetarium that's there. And that was probably the best part of the entire experience in the Vanderbilt mansion. Very nice. It was fun. And when we got done with that, we kind of drove around and we went to another large house, but didn't spend a lot of time there. And then at about 7 o'clock, we went and had some dinner at another Italian restaurant. And they screwed up because I ordered this like chicken francais, which was just delicious. And Tracy ordered beef ravioli. Well, when they brought it out, it was cheese. So they had to, fix the order, and to make up for it, they gave her a free dessert. When she got creme brulee, and I got chocolate mousse. And I left a really good tip because, even though they made a mistake, the service was excellent. The food was just superb. The food was so good. And it wasn't the server's fault that, the people preparing the order had messed up. So why should he have to suffer for their mistakes? And so I made sure to tip him really well. Probably tipped him about more than I normally would have, and included the price of the creme brulee that we got for free. And so by the time we got done with all of that, it was only about an hour before the Jim Gaffigan show. So we go over to the theater, and everything was just working out really well that day. I parked pretty close to the theater, and it was a no charge parking lot, which, it's like we're close to the theater, we didn't have to pay for parking. And the worst thing that happened all day is we had to go to the later show instead of the early show. And the opening act, the guy that did the opening act came on. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but he was really funny. And Jim Gaffigan came on and spent a lot of time talking about diarrhea and death, and just kind of just like moved amongst a few various topics, but always had callbacks to where he had started. And he was very, very funny. Not what I really had expected based on what I had seen on YouTube of his act, but we had a great time. The venue, Paramount Theater, if you ever see this, especially for a comedy show with mostly older people, can you turn the bass down a little bit on the music that you're playing before the show? You could literally feel it. We were like in the third row back from the stage, and you could feel it in your chest. And when I was younger, it was like, yeah, okay, great. Hey, boom, 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 that's fine. But I'm older now and don't particularly want that. So, but I mean, everything went really, really well. We got back, it was very late, later than we had really anticipated. And on Saturday, what did we do on Saturday? We did some more stuff on Saturday along the same lines, and just, Sunday, sorry, that was Sunday. And it was just such a wonderful time. And then we drove back on Monday, had to deal with some traffic leaving New York. We waited until after 10 o'clock in the morning before we left, so the worst of the traffic trying to get into New York City was done. There was still a little bit, but not too bad. And the drive home was fine. We had all in all, it was a great trip, and I would love to go back there again and spend some more time exploring what there is to see there on Long Island. It was really a lot of fun. I highly recommend it, and especially the Ocean Bay, if you can find it down there, and they have openings. Again, it's not cheap, but it was really a lot of fun, and we had a wonderful, wonderful time. So that is going to do it. That's the whole trip, and managed to finish it before I got to work. If you'd like to get a hold of me, you can send me an email, guy@mymac.com, podcast@vertshark.com. You can reach me on the Twitters. I am VertShark and Mac Parrot over there on the Twitters. You can see all of the vids after they've been edited. What are people doing here? After they've been edited, by going over to YouTube and then like, share, subscribe over there on YouTube to the Vert Shark channel, you'll not only get Guy's Daily Drive, but you'll also get the edited mymac.com podcast videos. So wonderful. If you'd like to contribute, you don't have to. I'm like a friggin' maniac putting all this stuff together. But if you would like to, you can go to patreon.com/MacParrot. You can go to coffee, ko-fi.com/MacParrot, or you can pay a pal over there at paypal.me/MacParrot. What else? There's the Guy's Daily Drive channel over there at Podbean. You can subscribe to all of the odds. There's the Vert Shark website that I still haven't updated, and I will if I can figure out how to fix the problem that I'm having. I will fix it, and we will get the vertshark.com page caught up to. At this point, I don't think I will put all of the audios and videos that I haven't put up, because it's been like since early September. No, that would take me forever. I'll just go ahead and start putting up whatever the latest thing is. So that is going to do it for today. Thank you all so very, very much for joining me today on Guy's Daily Drive, and I will see all of you next time right here on Guy's Daily Drive. Bye-bye.